what is now the western part of Germany. In around 1450, it transformed the ability of people to write and to read. But it wasn't just one invention.
Just in time. Hi.
Hi there, how are you?
Alex Noren.
Hi, Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Brad Smith.
Why Sweden for this kind of investment?
Well, I think Sweden is an important place for this kind of investment, really for two reasons. First is the economy here, the people here. There's clearly an opportunity, and I'd even say a need to put AI to work. If you think about every part of the Swedish economy, there's a Swedish company at the forefront, not just here in Sweden, but across Europe and for the global economy. But every company that is a leader today will be a leader in the future only if it uses AI. So we think we're meeting a real need and opportunity here. The second is Sweden has proven to be a good place to invest in, say, AI-based data centers, in part because it's got a forward-looking energy policy. There is green energy, renewable energy, hydroelectric power, nuclear power. It is available here. And I think that's a critical thing for tech companies as we make these kinds of investments.
Do you see this just extrapolating in the same way we've seen the last couple of years, just getting bigger and bigger, costing more and more, consuming more and more electricity? Or is there another way going forward with the AI development that is more, well, economical and sustainable?
I think we're going to see both of these things, frankly. I think we're already seeing AI used in multiple ways. What was exclusively a topic where people talked about large language models, meaning big models. Now we have small language models. We'll see AI that's deployed on your phone and a device that doesn't necessarily need to go to the cloud at all. So, what started out as one thing will become much more diversified, and that will help in part. But I still think we live in a world where not just AI, but our automobiles, a lot of other things are going to require more electricity. And so for a company like Microsoft, what it really means is we're needing to invest not just in computers and data center buildings, but we need to and are investing in the production of electricity, specifically carbon-free electricity.
Do you see a future for your company where you will have like small and medium-sized nuclear reactors being built alongside the data centers to feed them with electricity?
I think a decade from now, that's entirely possible.
You mentioned earlier when you had the press conference with the Prime Minister, something that you write about in your book, the need of regulating tech. In this case of AI, where is regulation needed, would you say?
Well, I think we need laws and regulation that puts guardrails in place. I think it's good that you see a number of companies, including Microsoft, acting with initiative to define principles, to put in place engineering systems, the kinds of things that will protect against bias, that will protect people's privacy, security, ensure that ultimately this technology is accountable, that it's transparent. But we should never just bet on the goodwill and good intentions of everyone, because unfortunately there can emerge a race to the bottom. And the only way to prevent a race to the bottom is in effect to put a regulatory floor with new laws. That's what Europe has done with the AI Act. It's what the G7 has done with international initiatives. We are going to see more of that. We are going to need more of that.
What technical solutions do you see to sorting out the bad stuff, the fake, from the real? Is there a technical solution for this even?
I think that there is absolutely a role for key technical solutions, and at the same time it may not be a technological panacea, but a few things have emerged. First, you see more guardrails being put in place in legitimate, reputable products so they can't be used to create abusive AI, or at least it's much harder to do so. And here in June, it's already harder to use products in that way than it was in January. That is a good thing. Second, there's an element of this that's called content authenticity. You want to make it easy for people to be able to check and know whether something that, say, came from your network actually came from your network. And so as an industry, we're investing, and then we need to invest not just in the technology, but in the broad education so people know how to determine that.
But do you think you'll ever catch up with the bad guys, so to speak?
I think we're in for a perpetual race. That's the way it always is. At the end of the day, there is no substitute for a well-informed public. And this has been true not just for years, but decades, and I would even say centuries, in terms of combating disinformation.